Hey, new coaches. I'm Allison Peterson. Welcome to mistake number 3 in the 5 mistakes that new coaches make when they are getting started in their new roles and the ways to avoid them. I'm helping you out a little bit here. So, we're on mistake number 3. And if you haven't watched the last 2 videos, just go back into the playlist and the links will be below in the description. And any other resources are down there too. So we have here mistake number 3. You think that teachers will understand what coaching is. And they absolutely will just be super on board with it. Oh, it's just something that it's hard to perceive when you're a new coach, that teachers won't really even understand what coaching is. Even in schools, I've talked to a lot of coaches about this. Even in schools who have had a coach before, they still don't always understand what coaching is. It's usually misperceived, just to be honest. There's a ton of misconceptions around what coaching is. It's often lumped in with administration and especially evaluation. And so you have to do a very important work of helping clarify what coaching is for your teachers. And it's going to be something that you think, well, I'll just say this once and it'll be fine and they'll totally get it. But this is something that you have to repeat over and over and over again. I find myself having to explain my role as a coach all the time. I've started to embed it into my conversations with teachers just so that I have the right language to know what to say when they kind of sweetly ask me, what is it that you do again? And that's tricky. So instead of thinking that teachers will understand what coaching is, the way to avoid this mistake is to introduce coaching to the teachers. Also, you're going to introduce yourself through this process, but introducing what coaching is so valuable and important. And so when you are thinking about the beginning of the school year, creating an introduction to you and to coaching will be really important. So I actually have a resource for this for you. It's in my Getting Started for New Coaches course. There is a 5-step kind of process that you can use to create your introduction to faculty presentation. And usually you can do this in 15 to 30 minutes at the beginning of the year. If you can ask for that time from your principal to introduce yourself. I recommend that you introduce yourself. Your principal might have a second to introduce you, but you want to take the time to introduce yourself and coaching to teachers. And the reason for this is that you know coaching best, and you're trying really hard to establish that this is a partnership and you are an equal partner in the work to the teachers, so that it's not as misconceived that you are an evaluator. So I've actually collected all of these coaching role graphic examples from the New to Coaching community. And so this is a link that you can access. It's a Padlet. It's right down in the description. And you can take a look at how other coaches have introduced their role. Sometimes they call it like a coaching menu, right? Here's what you can choose from. So you'll see some samples of that. There's often something on there that this is what coaching is. This is what coaching is not. And that's a really valuable way to help clarify for teachers what it is and what it is not. And then there's also my role graphic, my coaching role graphic that helps to clarify what is this role of coach and what are they supposed to be doing. And so you introduce that to teachers, help them understand what coaching really is. And then this is the most valuable part. You actually want to get teachers to experience coaching by pairing them up and partnering them up with each other and having them turn and talk to each other and ask each other some simple questions to coach each other. And that has a really powerful effect, because what it does is it helps teachers experience what coaching feels like. This is just talking to a peer about your work as a teacher and thinking about how you want to grow and improve. So one of the questions that you can use when you have teachers pair up in this conversation. And this is just like maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Have them turn and talk to each other. You can have them ask each other, what is one thing that you want to do differently this school year? So if they each have a turn to answer that question, then they are experiencing coaching. And it's a way for them to feel like coaching isn't as intimidating as it seems like it should be. We're just talking about, what is one thing you want to improve this year? Tell me what you're thinking about it. And that's a really powerful question to ask. And it's one where if you have the opportunity to be the one who's answering it, you're like, well, this is what I've been thinking about. And those things come out. And so when you are thinking about the beginning of the school year, one of the mistakes that you might make is thinking that, oh, teachers will totally understand coaching. I'll just let my admin introduce me, and then they'll totally come and see me and they'll want to work with me. That is a misunderstanding on your part. So let's make sure you avoid that mistake and you are very intentional about introducing what coaching is, what your role is, your heart and your intention for the work of coaching, and also have them experience coaching so that it doesn't feel so scary. If you want the step-by-step 5-part presentation that you can do to introduce yourself to faculty, I have that in my online course below, and then grab that and then go watch the next video, because we have 2 more ways that you might make mistakes and how to avoid them. So I'll see you in the next video.